and the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and it is Sunday, and you know what that means. It's time for weekly purchases, that time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via Amazon, DHL, UPS, United States Postal Service, FedEx, and of course, that old KG Outlaw got a new single coming, Todd McFarlane. It is the one, the only Waylon Jennings. It is the weekly purchases, as I'm getting ready to head, of course, to the coast, the West Coast, the best coast. I don't know, Todd. Some people might argue that. Headed to the West Coast for San Diego Comic-Con next week. And of course, you can imagine, no toy news, no weekly purchases next week. However, I'm going to have a lot of videos. I'm working all weekend, getting ahead on some stuff. Patreon, you get it all early. You'll get the early edition to the podcast. You'll get a lot of stuff. But I also have coverage from, of course, San Diego Comic-Con. So be ready for all those videos, all the booth tours, some of the VIP events. I'll be at all that kind of stuff. And I'm sure some shenanigans on the way, as me and good friend of the channel, Jeff George, will be there, boots on the ground. If you see us running around, come say hello. A lot of stuff going on, of course, for San Diego Comic-Con. A little bit more of that here in a second. But of course, got to thank Jay'sToysAndGames.com for sponsoring this very podcast. Appreciate their support. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 15%. And I just got done filming my podcast, so that's where my brain is. I'm all over the place. I'm fired up today. I wish I could explain more. I can't. But I am. I'm fired up today. But I said podcast, weekly purchases. You know what I meant. You knew. Todd, you didn't know. I understand that too as well. But no toy news, no weekly purchases next week. But we'll have all kinds of stuff from San Diego Comic-Con. Can't wait for that. It's going to be a wild ride there. Over there, though, I'm going to the McFarlane event. Can't wait to spend some time, just you and me, eating some chow together. Todd McFarlane, it's going to be a heck of a time out there. So I'll be at the McFarlane event, then you go to preview night, and then I'm going to edit in the hotel room, get up early in the morning. The next day, of course, I believe is the Hasbro breakfast, if I'm not mistaken, so I'll be over there. Then that goes into, of course, San Diego Comic-Con all day, panels, you name it. Cold Slither is Thursday night, so I'll go to the Cold Slither concert. I got to show off and check out the Dreadnoks out there, or show up for the Dreadnoks. Of course, got to support this. I've wanted this Cold Slither concert basically my whole life. I've loved it since I was a kid. I'm all into it. I know a lot of people don't like it. I love the idea of this, so I can't wait to go to that concert. Friday, of course, panels, everything all day long. Then there's the Toy YouTubers Unite on Friday night. Not sure what that's even about, really, but I will be there. And then Saturday morning, flying back, but I'm going to Chicago. The kids and wife are going to pick me and Jeff up, and we're going to go take them to a show at Wrigley Field. And then Jeff and I are going to go to AEW Collision. So look for us on TV right there, I think the front row. So be on the lookout for us on Collision next Saturday night. Jeff flies home. I get with the wife and kids, and we're probably going to go to the Kane County Toy Show that Sunday. So going to go to Kane County. And then get home, and then, of course, go to bed, hopefully at a late hour, and then get up and get back to the salt mines. No rest for the wicked. Ozzy Osbourne style is what that one's going to be. But it's going to be a very busy week, hopefully a very fun week, hopefully with a lot of surprises, hopefully a lot of fun stuff. Hopefully I can get the exclusives I need to find, all that rigmarole there. Like I said, a lot going on. And best of all, my wife, Angie, is back. So shout out to Angie. Of course, we just filmed the podcast, so you'll see that this coming week on the podcast. Check that out if you have not seen the podcast yet, but Angie and I diving into a few different things over there. But she's back from Philadelphia, going to explain everything she did over there, what cheesesteaks she found, how she encountered the homeless and got along with the homeless, the trash men. She took a trip to DC. There's a lot to dive into and a lot to talk about there as well. We also got a lot to talk about with Patreon here. Of course, housekeeping still going on. Patreon giveaway this month, a double dose of Hulk Hogan. So if you want after that, check out the Patreon. You can also be a YouTube channel member now. And apparently there's like community tabs on YouTube. Not sure what that is, but I did say, okay, yeah, they said, do you want to enact it? And I said, sure. So I think people can chat. I don't know if it's like a message board. Got to look into it. Maybe in the airport or something. I'll look into that a little bit. See what's going on there. But the giveaway is a double dose of Hulk Hogan this month with Patreon. But that's it. I think that's the housekeeping. Patreon, giveaway, of course, Jay's Toys and Games. And if you want to sponsor anything on the channel, TheKylePetersonShow@gmail.com. Got a little Lego sponsor coming up. Yeah, who knew? I guess more on that in the future, but we'll be talking a little bit of Legos. Might need some help building it, but we'll do it. We'll get it after it. Stay tuned in the future here. But that's it. Now it's time to cart my wife in, and my wife looking only like she could look again this week. What are we doing? It's time for Question of the Week. All right, it's time for Question of the Week, and we cart in my wife, Angie. Angie, say hello.
Hello.
Hello, Angie. Angie is back from her Philadelphia trip. She was gone last week, as we do know. And I think the week before that was the week you broke the internet, wasn't it?
I know. That's why I brought him out a little bit. I don't want anybody withdrawing.
She's working her way down. She went full on out, now dialed it back a little bit. And before you know it, she'll be in a full parka once
I'm
again.
be in a hoodie next week.
She's dialing it back for you. So calm down out there. Calm down and stay out of her DM. She appreciates it, but she's got more than enough to handle over here, let me tell you, for days, of course. But Angie, great to have you back here for the Question of the Week. Back from Philadelphia. Of course, Angie, next week, this Tuesday, Patreon members right now, they can hear all about your Philadelphia adventure. The highs, the lows, the heat stroke, everything else in between. They'll hear anything. But do you have anything for the weekly purchases fans here to sum up your time in Philadelphia? Good, bad, ugly, in the middle. Would you ever go back?
It was good. I wouldn't go back.
Good. You'll hear about the cheesesteak. You'll hear about the homeless. You'll hear about the trains.
I saw the highlights. I don't know what I would go back for.
The highlights. Yeah, exactly. You saw the highlights. She didn't see the Rocky statue from a distance. From a distance,
I have
I
a picture
guess.
of it.
Okay, you were kind of there.
From the
kinda.
bus.
From the bus. Oh, from the back of the bus. But Angie's back from Philadelphia, back from her vacation, and then I'm leaving. But I'm not really going on a vacation. People think I'm going on a vacation, but I'm going to San Diego Comic-Con, as they all know, but it's going to be a very working, very busy one, and that's why I got the shirt on here today, among many other reasons. This is how I feel. I feel like Dr. Doom today. That's how my day has been going. But you know what? You put on a pretty face when you get out here in front of these kind of things.
That's what I need to do. Wake up.
Put on a pretty face. You're always positive. You always got to try to find the silver linings in everything here. But Angie is here for the Question of the Week, and of course, you want to be the Question of the Week. Put your question in the comments down below, and you too could be Question of the Week. Angie, are you ready for the Question of the Week? Do you remember how to read after being off a week? She's gonna.
I thought I would forget how to drive. It felt really weird to drive home.
I bet, yeah. For a week not driving, I can't imagine.
Oh my gosh.
So Angie is ready for the Question of the Week.
All right.
Angie, take it away.
Wake up.
Don't mess up.
I can't move that. There's a weird glare on it. Eric Fent 9255 Question of the Week candidate. What?
Oh, I see what you're doing. No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Why do most companies not show the waves other characters cross-sell on the back of packages? G.I. Joe classifieds, for example. If I pick up Footloose at Walmart, there's nothing telling me who's else is in the wave. If I don't know any of the characters, I might not search for the other characters. Makes no sense. Please share your wisdom and explain if you dare.
Eric Flint is just a Renaissance man, a scholar, so many nice things. And especially having Flint as your last name. You got so lucky in the name lottery right there. Man, oh man.
I don't think it's Flint. It's
Oh,
Fint.
it's not?
It's Fint.
Well, we'll pretend it's Flint, though. That's what we're going to do. It's close enough to be dangerous there. So we're going to call him good brother Eric Flint. But he is right on here, right on. And I say this on the channel all the time. Where's the cross-sell? Show who else is in there. Now, Mattel WWE line, they show that. But G.I. Joe drives me absolutely crazy because when you were a kid, and you know you collected the Joe line as a kid. Wait, probably not.
No.
But
I was like nodding, like, yeah.
It had a checklist back there, and you would cross that off. I would save one of those, and I would know who's in the line, and I would know who else to be looking for, and I would know, oh, I got Footloose. Oh, wait, where's Darklaw? He's missing. Okay, I'm going to put that in my brain. I guess they assume, and you know what happens when you assume?
Yes.
What happens?
Ask you me.
That's right. You break it down. You cut that in half. What happens when you assume? And I think Hasbro in this instance here assumes that, oh, everybody will go online. Everybody will scan that QR code. Guess what? I've never scanned that QR code one time. Obviously, I'm in the loop. Our friend Eric here is in the loop. He knows about it. But little Jimmy out there, he doesn't know. He thinks Footloose is the only character, and I just got one G.I. Joe guy. That's G.I. Joe. Drives me absolutely crazy they don't put that cross-sell because I like to look at the cross-sell. It's a part of the experience, especially going back to childhood. And you should always be promoting. Promote. Show your other wares, get your other sales because, oh, I see there's just jibber-jabber at the bottom, a bunch of stuff nobody even looks at. And then all of a sudden I could have had Darklaw's face there. Maybe that guy goes to Amazon and orders him right away. It goes to wherever it might be, Entertainment Earth, Jay's Toys and Games, whoever it might be, orders that figure up. So I think it's a huge miss by these companies. I don't know what they're thinking on that kind of stuff. It's almost like they want to use the packaging for dumb stuff. And that's just my personal opinion. But I think you should always be selling in sales, do whatever you can to promote your wares. And yes, you got to have those QR codes. You got to have that kind of stuff in this day and age. But you can't tell me you can't put a bar of also in this line, even if it's their face and just their name under it. So don't get me started. I'm already worked up today, and now I'm getting more worked up. I'm getting fired up. Somebody said it.
You're the marketing man.
Marketing him in a lot of ways. And Angie, we got one more question. We're doing a double dose of question of the week. We're going to catch Angie up from her miss last week here. Looking like Cher today is kind of what you look like. Cher back in the day. Beautiful.
Jeff M21, question of the week. A couple of questions for you. I know you like your heavy metal, but how do you feel about Aerosmith?
We'll stop there. Okay. Aerosmith. It's funny you say that, as I have come around in the last decade or so to Aerosmith. Do you like Aerosmith?
Yeah.
I absolutely hated Aerosmith, and I was a kid where when I was a kid, it was like, what was it? Get a Grip and Pump, I think, were the two albums that were on MTV all the time, those songs. And when I was a kid, you'd hear, I mean, you're a little kid, you watched MTV all the time. It was always going. I'm like, oh, not this again. When are they going to play Epic by Faith No More again? When are they going to play Falling to Pieces? When are they going to play Something I Want? Where's Peace Sells by Megadeth? You're wanting to hear that kind of stuff. And then, oh, no, Janie's Got a Gun once again. And she'd be over and over and over. Yeah. So it really ruined Aerosmith. And Living on an Elevator and Ragdoll. I hated all that stuff at the time when I was a kid. I was like, it's just over and it's not for me. But then about a decade ago, give or take, I went back. I said, okay, I'm giving this another listen. Didn't really like that stuff. Still didn't like it to this day. I think it's just I'm permanently scarred there.
Found the new stuff.
But when you go back to like the Aerosmith self-titled album, you go back to Toys in the Attics, Aerosmith Rocks. One album, it's not quite Aerosmith, but related, the Joe Perry Project. You're a big fan of the Joe Perry Project, aren't you? That first album, amazing album, of course. I love that stuff. I think that stuff is amazing. It's got balls to it, is what it's got. It's just, I'm all in on that old classic Aerosmith stuff. But
You're
man,
all in on those balls.
All in. You too. We both love them. Get them in my mouth immediately. Yeah, you're all in. You know you're. We've heard about you and your fandom of Cream and everything else. And Eric Clapton and Steve Winwood. No, that's Traffic, more like it. But where was I there? I loved the old Aerosmith. It's so much better than that new stuff. I mean, Aerosmith, I thought was the closet door was shut forever when they had that I Don't Want to Miss a Thing song. Oh, god awful.
Oh, God.
I hated that song. On the radio all the time, everywhere. But I'm glad I went back and gave those early albums a try, all the way up to Joe Perry Project, basically. Absolutely love those. Night in the Ruts is pretty good, too. Aerosmith Live Bootleg.
I love that Nine Lives one. You probably hated that one.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. So that is not
I wore
my
that thing
Aerosmith.
out.
Oh, yeah, you did. Was that the one with
In
Pink?
my little, like, what do they call those things? Those portable CD players?
Oh, yeah,
on
Discman.
the bus.
Was that with Pink? You like
School?
that's it? You love Pink.
Yes.
Sync the Pink all day long. Oh, of course, we're here for that. We're here for that. I can see you liking that. And to me, that's more female-driven Aerosmith stuff. They're trying to, sell out, whatever. We're not rocking. We're not rocking out, But
Gotta
old
be
school.
rocking.
Oh yeah, rock out with you know
Rocking and
what.
rolling.
So continue on with the questions. So that's how I feel about Aerosmith.
Okay, so also I'm a longtime Ace fan.
As we all should be.
How do you feel about them moving from Oakland to Las Vegas?
Oh, heartbroken. I mean, they're always going to be the Oakland A's. I'll never not be able to call them the Oakland A's. But, I've heard some people say, well, and I think my dad even said this, well, when I was a kid, they were the Kansas City A's. And I'm like,
Oh, really?
okay, well, once upon a time, yeah. And I get it, teams move around and stuff. But man, oh man, breaks my heart a little bit. And I think most people that watch my channel and get all my Terry Steinbach, Dave Henderson, Dave Parker, Walt Weiss's, Jose Canseco, Mark McGuire, Tony La Russa, Bob Welch. I go on for days, but I'll stop right there.
Was that the whole lineup or what?
One of them, Mike Gallego. I mean, we can keep going all day long. I like a certain era of the Oakland A's. We're talking like late 80s, early 90s. I also like the 70s stuff, history and stuff like that. I've kind of fallen out with baseball. I don't even really pick up baseball until after the All-Star break, even paying attention anymore. I just got too much going on. One of the things I'll get back to in retirement is what I will get to is following some of that. But the Oakland A's...
You'll be like your grandpa when you go to his house. Nobody even talks to him because he's watching the game.
He's into the Cubs because he played for them. So
got his blinders
he's all in the Cubs, and he'll even sit there and do the score thing, like the fill out the thing. Like, there's a single, and he marks that in the book and all that. He's into it. He loves it. So kudos to him. But I don't know. It's probably makes business sense, but unfortunately, I never got to go to Oakland Coliseum on my bucket list. Never going to go there. I know it was falling apart. It was horrible, but still, Oakland A's. So I'm not a fan of the Las Vegas move at all, but it is what it is. And I don't even know if I've heard. Are they going to be the Las Vegas A's? I hope they're not going to be the Las Vegas Raiders or Pirates or slot jockeys. Are they going to be the Las Vegas slot jockeys?
Gotta leave it the A's. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, so hopefully it stays the A's. I think it is. I think I would have heard something if it didn't. But hard times. But he's glad they left the Coliseum.
But not happy they left.
Okay,
Oakland.
yeah, I get that.
It's always fun watching your videos and hearing your stories. My favorite are your toy hunt videos. I'm living in Asia now and don't have access to those types of stores. Oh, stores anymore. I thought he was going to say stores. Have a good day.
Shout out to Jeff M. living that Asian life over there. How's Asia treating you? How's it over there? How is it going on? You listen to a lot of K-pop? We're apparently listening to a lot of K-pop over in our neck of the woods. We'll be at a K-pop concert about a week. This is a week from this, basically. We're filming here. Wrigley Field. I won't be there, thankfully, but Angie will be there for a tease, and we're going to have a great debate here on the podcast coming up because unfortunately, there is a divided house here, and I think Angie's going to have to be the deciding vote on this one because L&M are half a person. They don't count as a full vote, I don't think.
Okay.
But the same night of a tease at Wrigley Field in October, of all things. How many times are you going to go to K-pop at Wrigley Field?
P1 Harmony.
Oh, it's all the same. P1
Different
Harmony.
band.
P1 Harmony is coming to Wrigley Field.
No.
So
United Center.
United Center. Oh my gosh, I'm totally off here.
Well, it'll be October, so it'll probably be
But at the
colder.
same time, Paul McCartney's coming here. And I've seen Paul McCartney 4 times, but he's one of my absolute all-time favorites. And, you know, he's not gonna have a lot of opportunities to see him in concert very much anymore. And guess what? We can drive 20 minutes down the street to that show instead of driving 5+ hours, fight the United Center, fight that whole rigmarole, sleep in my own bed. Why would we not go to Paul McCartney? But we're going to have the great debate. And I guess you're going to have to pick up for P1 Harmony because that's where you would rather go, right?
Well, I've never seen Paul McCartney.
Oh my gosh. I think case closed. We don't even talk about it on the podcast. You never even seen Paul McCartney. I thought you went with me, but I don't think you did,
I think I
obviously.
stayed at the hotel.
No, that was for the Monkees. And that was when Mike Nesmith came back to the Monkees. Oh, my all-time favorite, too. Somebody get me a wool cap. I need to be like him.
Did your sister cry?
She did, yeah. I took my sister. Her and I went, and you stayed with Tammy and Elle was a baby. Yeah, and you guys hung out in the hotel. But Bailey, my sister, and we hung out. And
that's weird we even went. Well, I guess.
I wanted to go because
you and Bailey. No, I mean like that we tagged along.
Oh, well, I was going to go either way because Mike Nesmith, I love Mike Nesmith. Mike Nesmith's solo career as well. Check that out. Mr. Woolhat himself. I was very excited to see him in concert. So that was quite the show for me. But now he's passed away and Paul McCartney's going to pass away sometime. So this is probably my last chance to see him. Were these P1 Harmony boys? How old do you think they are? 20s?
Yeah.
20s. They got a lot of time left. They got a lot
go
of
off
runway.
To war soon.
Yeah, they probably good. They got a short runway, or they got a long runway. Paul's got a short runway, and I got even a shorter runway. This could be the last weekly purchases. Who knows what might happen? My blood pressure's fired up today. Ooh, it's fired up. Let me tell you. I wish I could just spill the tea. Right? Is that what they say? I wish I could do it, but I can't.
Trade secrets.
Non-disclosures.
NDA.
No NDA about you, Angie. You're out here for everybody, so you're gonna lift up everybody's spirits. And why don't you stand up and give us a little twirl? No, never mind. So that's it, Angie. That's the question of the week. If you want to be the question of the week, put your question in the comments down below. Angie, I think we've said it all. We've left it all here at the table today. Thank you for showing up and showing out once again. We're going to continue to stay abreast of the situation is what we're going to do. But we love to see it, and we love you. So good to see you, Angie. Now it's time, Angie. You know what it's time for?
Your weekly purchases.
It's time for the weekly purchases. All right, time for weekly purchases, and only one round of weekly purchases this week. And I'm thankful for that because next week going to be extremely expensive with San Diego Comic-Con. You got the Mattel exclusives with the Turtle of Grayskull. I got to get a John Cena mint on box, mint on card, whatever you want to call it. Need to find the Savage Land 3-pack from the Marvel Legends team. Of course, the Cold Slither box set. We got Todd McFarlane exclusives with Superman Kingdom Come. We got Beast Boy. I might get that Mortal Kombat set. We'll see if that happens there. What else am I looking? Maybe Jada toys. Maybe some of those Street Fighters we'll see. The Player 2 I'm usually not doing, but I like the flamed kind of bodies, so we might do that. What else do we got? Oh, there's that Mythic Legion exclusive I'm going to make a try for. AEW Jazzwares Swerve. So there's a lot of things to pick up there on top of all the expense of San Diego Comic-Con. So a little bit lighter this week is a good thing. And I was on the road this week, and you'll see some of the toy hunts, of course, Friday, a couple days ago on the channel. Also next week, I also did a special visit, a return visit to Toys R Us at the Mall of America. So you're going to see a video on that. Like I said, I got a lot of videos in the queue. Those will be going up on Patreon this weekend. I'll have some of those peppered in with the San Diego Comic-Con coverage next week. No rest for the wicked, Aussie style. You know how we do around here. But only one round of weekly purchases this week. Let's dive into it. Hopefully you guys and gals, especially you gals out there. Yeah, I'm talking to you over there. Hopefully you enjoyed this week. I did unbox some of the new WWE Superstars. unboxing those made me say, okay, maybe I need a 2-in-1 here. Maybe I need to do that. And that's where I was with old Sheiky Baby. Found him in Albert Lee, Minnesota, I think it was. I don't know. Shout out to Albert Lee, Minnesota. But I did pick up another Sheik. I wanted to be able to display him in his LJN look plus his wrestling gear look. So did pick up another Iron Sheik this week. Finally, our long wait, a year plus wait at this point here. And a lot of people, of course, down on Power Town. A lot of people down on Zombie Sailor. I don't get as worked up on Zombie Sailor as I do Power Town because at least he communicates, at least he answers things. And if you want to cancel an order, guess what? He'll cancel an order. His bedside manner might not be the best, but he at least gets things done, as we've seen. And we finally got the Sandman here. 1776 edition. Perfect for 4th of July. Maybe next year. But we do got the Sandman. We got another Sandman coming from Zombie Sailor as well. So we'll unbox that one of those days whenever that goes up for order over there. But we're not done with Zombie Sailor, Zany Sailor. Yes, that guy, Zombie Sailor. We do got Ash. It's getting extra groovy right here with the Army of Darkness. How about that? This looks very, very cool. Can't wait to dive into this one as well. Looking very groovy, as I did say. And then, of course, speaking of groovy, speaking of 4th of July, we did get the MJF Shop AEW exclusive 1 of 3,000. I already unboxed my other one on the channel, so check out the video. I did get a mint on card one here because you had to do it. Had to do it. That's what I had to do. Also on my travels this week, $9.99 Sting. I can't turn down a $9.99 Sting. I believe I bought this one in Owatonna, Minnesota. Shout out to Owatonna. $9.99 Sting. And then I forgot, I already bought this a couple weeks ago, so I don't need 2 mint unboxed ones of these. Might do this as a giveaway on the podcast or something along the way. Try to give back on the channel, as you guys know. But we'll probably do that Sting as a giveaway one of these days. One of these days. Stay tuned. I still got a Heavy Duty to give away, a Ricky Steamboat to give away. We got our Patreon giveaway this month. There it is. There it is. But how about Amazon this week? Coming in extra hot after a couple of delays, finally came through the door. It is the Kingpin in black. I need to alert my dad to this. My dad's a big Kingpin guy. Remember, he was struggling to find that OG Kingpin for a while. He might want to pick this one up here. But all in black, it is the Kingpin looking good. Pick that up this week. Also got this one this week. It is Friday the 13th, part 2. I'm slowly working my way through a Jason collection here. Grabbed that one this week along the way. Also, got to get a deal, especially at Amazon. Waited, played that long game. Got this guy for $10. It is the Joker once again. Slowly piecing together the Batman 66 set. I think I'm only missing a couple of them at this point, maybe 1 or 2. But for $10 and some change, couldn't pass up the Joker. Got 2 things left this week. How about Walmart Con coming through? The other guy was delayed, but Ace Duck coming through the door. Big deluxe figure here. Looking very, very good. We'll dive into this one, of course. But Ace Duck, the Turtles Adventure, Stump Arena presents. Building out that wrestling league is what we're doing right there. Looking very good. And last but certainly not least, we got the hero of the day. We got the old firefighter G.I. Joe Classified series here. Really like this one. Gonna play a little bit of that long game. I'll probably pick up another one so I can display both looks. That's what I've been doing with these G.I. Joe ones over the last year plus we've been getting these or so. So we'll grab another one of these to display down the line if I can get a deal. And it's all about getting a deal. But that's it. Looking around, that's it for weekly purchases. Nothing else going on around here. A lot going on, though, I will say. I'm going to unbox some of this stuff, plus a bunch of other stuff. Going to have those videos up, of course, like I said, on Patreon, as we're inching towards San Diego Comic-Con. Going to be very busy, going to be very stressful, going to be very fun. And as of right now, this is my final San Diego Comic-Con adventure. You know, it is what it is. If I do go next year, maybe my wife, Angie, will come. But I kind of feel like, you know, I can't get time off work, unfortunately. So it's very difficult. So next year, maybe I'll go to New York Comic-Con. Maybe I'll go to Joe Fest. Maybe I'll go to Joe Lanta. Maybe I'll go to PowerCon. Maybe I'll go to one of these other really big toy shows instead. We'll figure something out. But I don't know. This could be the farewell trip to San Diego Comic-Con as we're seeing this year. And we haven't went yet this year, obviously. Feels like things have been dialed back a little bit. All the exclusives, which is good for everybody that can't go. They're all very accessible online at this point. So that was part of the charm going there, is to finally get a chance to get these guys. I think if you're getting them online, where a lot of times you get them from Hasbro, Mattel at the same price, but maybe it's the Jazzware Swerve, guess what? You have to pay $50 more for that. That's probably worth not having to wait in line for 3 hours and, you know, pay a hotel, your meals and your time and all that. You got to think of it that way as well. So we'll see how San Diego Comic-Con goes, but it could be the last time. So San Diego friends, say hi to me, give me a handshake. I may never see you again. That's what I'm saying, but we'll see what ends up happening. more on that in a couple of weeks. But that's it. That's the weekly purchases. Be interested to hear what you found this week. What did you come through with? And what are you excited to get at San Diego Comic-Con? Is there any exclusives you got to have? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget my other YouTube channel as well. 2 YouTube channels with videos every single day for you. Patreon and YouTube channel membership. SirPaul64 on the X. _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and of course, The Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com. My podcast each and every single Tuesday. Check it out if you have not already. So now you know what I'm doing. I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way to San Diego.
Well, are we going to dance or are we going to play?